what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you again. This time, we're going to go over to Insider, and the article is about a black man. He sues the police after he was jailed for 6 days when officers mistook him for an older white male with the same name. The article is by Joshua Zitser, and yeah, this is what's up. Um, This is from the Los Angeles Metropolitan Police via the Associated Press. And it says a 23-year-old man was arrested and jailed for 6 days in Las Vegas in 2020. Police misidentified him as a 49-year-old white man with the same name. Shane Lee Brown, now 25, is suing Nevada police for wrongful arrest. Court documents show. A 23-year-old black man was arrested and held for 6 days in jail in 2020, and after in Nevada misidentified him. Okay. It says Shane Lee Brown, now 25, is suing Las Vegas Metropolitan and the city of Henderson Police Department, accusing them of civil rights violations, false imprisonment, negligence, and other wrongful conduct. He is seeking at least $50,000 in compensatory damages, according to a complaint. Police has a bench warrant issued on November 2019 for Shane Neil Brown, then 49, that's his age, who had been accused of being a felon in possession of a firearm. Neil Brown, who was described in the warrant as a Caucasian male with brown hair, blue eyes, and a bushy white beard, had previously been convicted of a felony in 1994, before Lee Brown was even born. In January of 2020, Henderson police pulled over Lee Brown, who was a black and significantly shorter, and held him in the city detention center. He was transferred into custody 2 days later to Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. Court documents show Lee Brown claims that he repeatedly explained to several Henderson and Las Vegas police officers that he was not the 49-year-old white Shane Brown, his lawsuit said. His attorney accuses officers of failing to perform any due diligence in the lawsuit. Nothing that an existing mugshot belonging to the white Shane Brown would have allowed them to easily determine that his client has been misidentified. Lee Brown remained in jail until he appeared before a judge who ordered that he be released immediately. KLAS TV in Las Vegas reported. An arrest report for Neil indicated that the Las Vegas police learned a week later that he was in custody in San Bernardino, California, per KLAS TV. He appeared in court later that month and accepted a plea deal, the local media outlet said. The Insider reached out to Henderson and Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department for comments, but did not immediately receive a response. Okay? And you can read the original article in the Insider. So many things. Like, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. In some cases it is, but apparently not in this case. Even though the gentleman, Shane Lee Brown, on the left, is lighter complexion, you can definitely tell that this man is not Caucasian, okay? You can definitely tell that this man is nowhere in his 40s. Okay. Um, you can definitely tell that the mustache and goatee portion has a is dark, not the salt and pepper shaker to the other picture that's on the right. All right. Um, you know, questions need to be asked in this case. Um, somebody needs to be reprimanded. Somebody needs to be put on leave. Okay. Somebody needs to be investigated for not doing their job correctly, unless they were just trying to fill quotas, and we know that happens everywhere. All right. But when you start locking people up that doesn't fit the description, not to say that this does not happen anywhere else, because it does. I recently did well, not recently, but a year ago, I had did a story on a woman who basically came home to her house, took off her clothes, was about to get in the shower, only to be interrupted by Chicago SWAT. Well, not SWAT. It was a raid on her house. They put this woman in handcuffs. She was nude. They put her in handcuffs. They clearly have video of this, of body cam and stuff like that. And to her blessing, um, the video camera, when they came out to actually check the paperwork for the warrants, you could overhear one cop saying that, that's not them, or so, not that, not per se. That nothing I said is verbatim, and it is allegedly. But you can hear the two cops discussing that uh, that's not the right person. Even though that was discussed by those two cops, they still had this woman in handcuffs. They still violated her rights. And just recently, she received a 2 point something million um, settlement because of that, for their misidentification, or coming to find out, long story short, the person that had actually written the warrant did not do their due diligence in, tracking down the proper information, address, etc., for a person that they were looking for, which was already in custody, may I add. So, um, just an example of how this happens. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of times it happens a lot to people of color. And, um, just like the woman said in Chicago, she would have rather the people that were in charge of writing the note, getting the sign off from the judge and stuff like that, she would have rather them had been fired. But sadly, a lot of times in these cases, they do, I mean, monetary compensation is the way to go, because, for one, they're not going to turn on their own. For two, they're not going to admit any guilt, even though they were knowingly wrong. Even if they didn't know that they were knowingly wrong, let's say hypothetically, they didn't know that they were knowingly wrong, um, they still have to pay for that error. Uh, as it could be inconvenience to the party that, it happened to. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Drop down in the comments, as always. Let me know how you feel about this story and any other story that I have published so far. Let's get the conversation going. I will try my best to reply to everyone. And with that being said, you guys, thank you so much. As always, I appreciate the comments, the good and the bad. And I will get with you guys in the next video.